Hello everybody, I am Gareth here from What Culture Wrestling, here to bring you another fantastic installment of Solo Sunday News. And we've got a lot of Impact Wrestling things to talk about today, because obviously last night we had the big Impact Wrestling pay-per-view known as Bound for Glory, and a lot of things happened. There was a lot of title changes, a lot of big appearances as well on this show. Obviously, we're not going to go into too much detail on it all now, because Simon Miller is going to do a big Bound for Glory ups and downs thing. He's going to do that. I'm not sure when that'll drop. It either will drop today or tomorrow, or he's a busy guy, so just when it gets there, you'll get it. But for now, we're just going to talk about all the results that went down. So Rhino won the Call Your Shot Battle Royale, but a few big stories coming out of that was the fact that Sean Daivari popped back up again. He returned to Impact. You had James Storm as well. He returned. That was a big moment. Everyone's like, oh my God, James Storm's back. Is he back properly in Impact, or is this just a one-off appearance? We don't know at this point. Then also Moose defeated EC3 in their TNA Championship cinematic encounter thing, which was pretty cool. You also had Ken Shamrock, Mr. Hall of Famer himself, defeated Eddie Edwards, and we've got a few more things to talk about when it comes to Ken Shamrock a little bit later on. Then also we had a big Impact World Tag Team Championship match, and it was the North taking on the Good Brothers, the Motor City Machine Guns, Ace Austin, and Madman Fulton. And the North were the ones who came out on top there, so they got their belts back, their World Tag Team Championships. And then we had a bit of an odd thing happen, because coming into Bound for Glory, the big Impact Knockouts Championship match was obviously going to be Deonna Purrazzo. She was going to defend her belt against Kylie Ray, but then she was removed really from out of nowhere. She was being promoted and she was booked in the match all the way up until the actual night itself, and then she just didn't show up. And a lot of people were thinking, oh, what's this? The commentator team just said she no-showed and everything else, but I think now it's we've seen here that Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer said that Kylie Ray was removed due to an injury, but that injury is being described as not serious. So we hope she gets back on her feet soon enough and she returns and does have a knockout championship match. But she was replaced. There was an open challenge really that was laid out by Deonna Purrazzo, and Su Yung, she came, took up the challenge and won the belt. There you go. She just seized the moment, won the belt, and now, yeah, the knockout division's just looking a bit like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And then the main event was Rich Swann obviously taking on Impact World Champion Eric Young, and Rich Swann only went and did it. He only went and won the big one. He won the belt. So yeah, a lot of title changes there for Bound for Glory, and it was just a night of big mad stuff happening. Yeah, Impact's been knocking it out of the park recently. One of the few negative points coming out of the actual card itself, I think Heath Slater seems to have injured either his groin or his knee. It's not 100% sure what's happened there, but he posted a picture on Twitter afterwards and just said that, yeah, he looks like he's pretty badly hurt at this stage. So yeah, best of luck for him as well, injury-wise, and Kylie Ray. Let's hope they get back into the mix soon enough. Now, obviously, one of the biggest talking points coming into this entire Bound for Glory weekend was the fact that The Rock was going to be doing like a video induction thing for Ken Shamrock, a big like nice tribute. They had a bit of a back and forth on Twitter about it, and he followed through. He was true to his word. He did a nice little video tribute. He said that he was going to send him some Terramana tequila because, you know, he's got to keep plugging his tequila no matter what. And he said a lot of lovely things about how Ken Shamrock helped him out at the early part of his career. Then the likes of Bret Hart, Mick Foley also did much of the same, just started celebrating a guy who maybe doesn't get enough attention for what he did at that stage, at that kind of Attitude Era time. And it was lovely, really, seeing these people pop up and just say loads of nice things about Ken Shamrock. And he, in the actual acceptance speech that he had on the night, he thanked his friends for wishing him well, and then he shared a few stories about his journey into pro wrestling. So it was just nice, and the Hall of Fame ceremony should be like that. Nice feel-good moments where we just celebrate people for being very important. So Ken Shamrock, we salute you. And another huge piece of news that we've got coming out of this Bound for Glory weekend, and this actually got announced on the night of Bound for Glory itself, was that we're going to see the return of the Knockouts Tag Team titles. So Impact Wrestling just said this. I think they dropped the news after the Knockouts Championship match, and then they just solidified the news on Twitter. They said, breaking news, you've asked for it, the Knockouts Tag Team titles are back. The new champions will be crowned on January 16th at Hard to Kill. So that is, yeah, January 16th, 2021. We're going to see the return of these titles that have been absent from Impact since, I think it was 2013. So yeah, that's cool news. More women's tag team wrestling. I'm all here for that. It's a division that seems to have a lot going for it right now in terms of Impact with their Knockouts division. So yes, I'm very much here for the Knockout Tag Team titles. And it's not the longest news video you're ever going to see in your life today because, yeah, we've had all the Impact stuff, all the Bound for Glory stuff, The Rock turning up, and Bret Hart and Mick Foley turning up at the Impact Hall of Fame. And the last thing we're going to talk about today has nothing to do with any of that. It's all to do with AEW. I don't know if you've seen it, but this week the internet has been on fire because there was a little thing called the Le Dinner Debonair, and I'd say it's divided opinion. I'd say most people have really enjoyed it, but then a few purists, let's say, weren't exactly happy with it. But Chris Jericho, he senses the opportunity is that if you've got people talking about you, that is the time to strike. And they are talking about this Le Dinner Debonair. So he is now promoting some new merchandise on Pro Wrestling Tees on the site. He took to his Twitter today with this latest t-shirt highlighting the highly acclaimed Dinner Debonair. And this musical segment, which was insane. It was absolutely insane. I've watched it a couple of times now, and my head just falls off every single time. I loved it. So it's got the pair just kind of on the front, like doing the whole jazz hands thing. And then somebody, well, he put be a part of the most talked about segment in AEW history, available at shop PWTs now and the rest of it. And then a fan later on asked him, they said, Jericho, who came up with this segment? Who did it? Who was the brains behind it? And Jericho just jokingly responded by saying Jim Cornette. And if you know anything about Jim Cornette, he's not the biggest fan of the way AEW do things. So that was another little cheeky shot, little cheeky dig there from Jericho. But right now, the guy just can't seem to miss. He just keeps swinging for these crazy concepts. You had what was it? I think they called it the Fizzy Bubbly match. It's definitely not that. The Mimosa Mayhem match, which any other company probably would never work, but it did. And then we've had two guys walking around doing a sing and dance Broadway number, and magnifique. I loved it. And also, don't know how I forgot this, there was also a big six-way scramble match for the Impact X Division Championship, and that involved Jordan Grace, TJP, Chris Bay, Trey Miguel, and Willie Mack all trying to get Rohit Raju's belt away from him, and they weren't successful because he managed to successfully defend the belt, and he is still the X Division champion. So that has been your Solo Sunday news with me, Gareth here from What Culture Wrestling. Let me know what you think of all of our news stories today. We've obviously had Chris Jericho promoting his new The Dinner Debonair merchandise. We've got all this Bound for Glory. I'm drunk. Try it again. So that has been your Solo Sunday news. I have been Gareth here from What Culture Wrestling. Let me know what you think of all these stories in the comment section below. Let's have a bit of a chat about it. Obviously, you've got Chris Jericho and his new Le Dinner Debonair merchandise. All this fallout from Bound for Glory. All these title changes that have happened. It's just crazy times in Impact. The Rock turned up on an Impact show on a video. 2020, it hurts my brain sometimes, but just go with it. Just roll with it. Roll with the punches. It's been a crazy old time. And don't forget to like, share, click on the subscribe button to all things What Culture Wrestling. Head over to Twitter, follow myself at gmorgan04. Follow everybody here at What Culture Wrestling, at What Culture WWE. It's a lot of information to get out of my mouth on a Sunday morning. So, yeah, look after yourself. Have all the fun in the world. We've got Hell in a Cell tonight. This is just, what a time to be alive. We've just got wrestling everywhere. Just take it all in, absorb it, enjoy the wrestling. There's going to be people thrown into cages and probably thrown off cages. We're a weird bunch. We like this stuff. So I will see you very, very soon. Look after yourself. Eat some food. Bye-bye.